Hi everyone, welcome back to another podcast. I hope you are all keeping well on this Monday afternoon or nighttime, I should say. As you guys are aware, I've been up in court all day today. I was left waiting 5.5 fucking hours only to be called in for 10 minutes. Anyways, I'll get into that, but first, I just want to remind you guys again. I do have a GoFundMe page, which is solely for supporting my cause and my fight against Tusla and putting a bit of savings towards my future for when I turn 18. As I would like to break society's standards as a failed child in care. And I actually want to show people that I can succeed and achieve my dreams. And I do believe money is the root to all evil, but at the same time, it pays your rent and it keeps the world going, unfortunately. So I'll leave a link for that. But anyways, with that being said, yeah, there's a few things that I'm going to cover today. So there's the whole case with Roderick O'Gorman, that absolute fucking slimy prick. Can't stand him. Oh, damn it. Every 2 seconds these things go out. Um, so yeah, Roderick O'Gorman. Um, I also want to touch a little bit on the whole conflict between him and Enoch Burke as well. Um, touch on what actually happened at court today, etc., etc. So enough of me rambling on, and I'll just get straight into it. So if you enjoy this, give it a like, give it a follow, because it does help get my channel out there and get my story out there and actually get kids of this generation empowered and give them a voice. So I'd really, really appreciate that. So I'm getting better now. I'm getting used to this, the Zoom and the setup Zoom. I love it. It's brilliant. Um, and I already have everything on my YouTube ready to go. Very professional, very organized. Share screen. Start podcast. Right. Uh, so yeah, so I guess I'll start with this YouTube video here about the immigration um and the tweets that O'Gorman made in 8 different fucking languages. It's like as if he's waving a candy, a lollipop in front of a child saying, come, immigration, come. It's a free country, do whatever you like. It's like, oh my God. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just gonna say no more. Let's give this a watch.
Very briefly, I see here that the department is projecting an average of 13,000 to 16,000 new arrivals in the next 4 years. Is that 13,000 to 16,000 each year or in total overall? Just briefly on that point.
The average over the last 2 years has been 13,000 per year, so it would be 13 to 16,000 per year.
Grant. And also on that point, Minister O'Gorman, as you know, in 2021, you published tweets in 8 different languages, such as Arabic, Georgian, and Albanian, offering own-door accommodation and various other benefits to asylum seekers. And I've interviewed asylum seekers who said on camera that they came to Ireland from the UK specifically to avail of opportunities that Justice Minister Helen McEntee had offered.
I came from England. I live in England around 15 years. I work there in black market. But when I hear about Ireland and I hear about the Justice Minister in Ireland, they open for everyone to get a visa.
Wait, hold on. 15 years in England, and you came here seeking asylum. What? Oh my. Claiming asylum let's just ignore the fact that he worked in the black market. Oh no, he's definitely not fleeing prosecution. If I say that, that's hate crime. Asylum seeking. I'm seeking protection. I work for the black market. Oh my god. This is proof right here. We're literally letting criminals into our country, and you cannot twist that into hate crime. Quote unquote, I used to work for the black market. I'm coming to Ireland. Oh my god. Okay, right. Let's continue.
For asylum seeker, and
Oh
I
my
think
god.
it's a good country to get a visa from here.
So, do you think then the reason you came to Ireland from England was the opportunities that were available in Ireland?
I think yes, yeah.
So I'm wondering, whatever your initial intent may have been, in hindsight, do either of you accept that your statements and actions might have contributed or created a pull factor that we're seeing now with the asylum numbers in Ireland?
Well, I didn't tweet in the way you say. What I did is we provided the information about the white paper across a number of languages, recognising that there are people of many different nationalities in the international protection system at that time, as there is right now, and allowing them to understand the changes that we.
There's a thing called, look, Orman, I know you live under a rock and you're fairly ancient, to be fair. And I know you're very, you lack in a lot of education and knowledge. So I'm just gonna, Irish person to Irish person, just to make you aware. There's this thing now called Google Translate. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah.
Were making, and that it was the executive summary of the document that was tweeted and was converted into different languages and was tweeted. There was no offer, as you portrayed there. We'll continue to inform those in the international protection process in terms of the changes that we're looking to make. But I think it's also very clear in terms of that kind of wider discussion about push and pull factors. We know since December of last year, we haven't been able to accommodate everybody arriving in the country. We know there have been people and are people sleeping rough right now, and yet in January and February of this year, we've seen the highest number of arrivals per month ever. So I think this question of pull.
Sorry, no, I just want to point something out. So if any of you guys know how to read body language and actually hear the words that are coming out of people's mouth, you will see here this man is visibly and verbally nervous. I mean, he's shown himself that he's been confronted like this. Stuttering, I mean, he knows he's being cut out for this. He knows that the public are after him. And the public have been after him a lot recently. And I say that for a specific reason, and I will get to that because there is another case that I want to raise some light on. But yeah, no, Jesus Christ. I mean, he's guilty as I don't know what. He's an absolute filthy traitor to this country. He should be locked up in prison. He is one of the most dangerous criminals in this country.
It's far more a question of push factors, that people fleeing wars, fleeing conflict are looking to get into Europe, looking to move to the EU for safety, for shelter, some for economic reasons, and where that's identified in.
Yeah. Okay, but here's what I don't understand. The immigration, they're immigrating to England. Right? There's mass immigration and asylum seeking in England, forgetting about Ireland for a second. Why are they then coming from England to the north of Ireland, to the south of Ireland? What is it that Ireland can offer and provide that England can't? It's like, oh, I'm fleeing war, I'm in fear for my life, but I'm going to be picky and choosy. I don't want to be here. I want to be in this country. I want to have this, that, and that. Beggars can't be choosers. And that might sound horrible for me to say, but for someone who's in real fear due to war or violence or, getting away from drug gangs or whatever it is, I mean, I don't think someone who's in that much fear can actually then turn around and say, actually, I don't like you in England. I'm going to go on holidays to fucking Ireland. And next week it'll be somewhere else and somewhere else. When you look at my situation, I fled to England to get away from Tusla. England wasn't perfect, but have I ever complained about going to England? No. I think it was the best thing that I ever done. I accepted England's flaws and faults, but I would actually sit back and think, okay, well, I can't be choosy here. I'm fleeing from Tusla. I'm better off in England at the moment, and for that, I'm grateful. Why is it not the same with these proclaimed asylum seekers, Although thinking about it now, I probably wasn't better off in England because, I mean, Jesus Christ, the discrimination that I got over in England for being Irish. Oh my God, lads. I mean, it was... Anyways, not to go off on a side rant. Stay focused, Evan.
International protection program, they won't get international protection, but I think it's the push factors from the many countries where there is war, where there is conflict, where there aren't economic opportunities. Those are the things that draw people to Ireland, not anything that I've ever tweeted.
So he goes on a lot about the economy and the services that Ireland can provide and what actually is that asylum seekers are seeking for in Ireland. And it's like, okay, so they have all of these things for immigrants, housing, or accommodation, whatever way you want to word it, money every week, free food, free clothes. And it's like, they have all of this. Why is there so much homeless Irish children and mothers and just homeless people? I mean, you walk the streets of Dublin now and you'll see about 50 money beggars. Half of them are from Romanian money begging gangs. That's what they're Romanian begging gangs. And they come to England or to Ireland just for that. And then more hidden in the shadows, swept under the carpet, if you search hard enough, you'll find so many homeless Irish people. But they're not in the spotlight. The immigrants are. Why aren't we receiving the supports and services that we should have the right to under our constitutional rights? Why aren't we being provided that by our own country, for our own people? They're quicker to help an immigrant than our own Irish people. And it's like, what does that tell you? What does that actually say? That's a very, very scary thought when you actually sit down and think about it. Because you're not from Ireland, you will be treated better in Ireland than Irish people. And it's like, I just think it's despicable. It's absolutely shocking.
I'll respond. It is so important that we always do the right thing here. And for me, the right thing is providing protection for those who genuinely need it. The world is a changing place. There is significant increases in conflict across the globe. Climate change is having a massive impact. And there are people who genuinely are fleeing starvation, persecution and war. And I think as a country, particularly people who have sought refuge in other countries over the years, there is an onus on us. And I think people want to provide that protection at the same time for those who are coming here seeking economic benefits, and we don't blame people for that. This is not the right system to use. So again, I won't apologise for saying the international protection system is not for those who are economic migrants. Everything that I've been doing for the past 3 years is to make sure that system turns people around quickly, that it's fair to those who genuinely need our help, and it's firm to those who don't. And I think the vast majority of people would agree with having a system like that. If saying that,
I mean, like, Jesus Christ, like, the verbal diarrhea coming out of their mouths is enough to fucking block the Liffey for life. I mean, like, pure fucking shite. Oh my god, I mean, the diarrhea coming out of their mouths, they'd want to have a fairly good fucking GP to get that checked out, I'll tell you. Oh my god.
attracts people to this country. I won't change those words. I think we need to protect those who need it, provide the support for those who need it. But for those who don't, and there's a lot of people coming here who don't need our protection, I'm very clear as well, they shouldn't be here. They need to be returned home as soon as possible.
Well, I don't see that happening. Honestly, no responsibility taken there, no acknowledgement of their faults and mistakes that they've made, no acknowledgement of their failures that they've made to us Irish people and the children in care, because Roderick O'Gorman has a big part to play with Tusla as well and the missing children, as he has spoken out about that a lot at live speakings. A lot of people have questioned him about it. It's like, whether if you're looking into the Gardaí or the HSC or Tusla, whatever it is, the medical system, this fucking man just seems to be popping up everywhere. I mean, it's like he's obsessed. He can't help himself. It's like he's desperate for that 15 minutes of fame. It's like, oh my god, it's like he's in control of everything. It's scary. It's scary. Earlier I said how the public have been hating on him very heavily, and especially recently. What I was referring to there is a case. I have to be careful with what I say so I don't get banned, but my smile will say how I feel about it. Roderick O'Gorman was brutally attacked. So sad. I feel so sorry for the man. Who knew that was going to happen? Sure, he never would have had that coming. Come on, like. So I just want to cover that really quick. So I'll go on to here. I tried to see if there was actually any footage of it, but there wasn't. So this is on breakingnews.ie, right? So, man arrested after alleged assault on Roderick O'Gorman while on election canvass. A man has been arrested following the alleged assault on Minister for Children and Green Party leader Roderick O'Gorman during an election canvass at the weekend. Mr. O'Gorman is said to be shaken by the alleged incident, which occurred during a door-to-door canvass. I have like a glass here to stop my phone from falling, so I can't really read it right. Okay. Door-to-door canvass on Saturday in Blanchardstown area of Dublin. They seem to be obsessed with Dublin at the moment, with everything that's gone up in Blanchardstown, Coolock. I mean, I feel for Dublin. They're really going through it at the moment. The man has pleaded guilty, and he's due to appear before court. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, on Monday. So this was released the 3rd of the 11th. Today is, what is it? Today is Monday. No. You see, yes, so this came out. Oh, so that would have been today. No. Yeah. Yeah, no, that would have been today. I think he was due in court. So I still yet to see anything about what's happened at that court case. Um, yeah, 2nd of November has been charged for the 4th. Yeah, yeah, so that would have been today. So I'll try and get a bit more research on that and keep you guys posted. Another thing that I want to shed a bit of light on is as you know, time to time I cover topics about pedophilia and the grooming gangs that are going on in Ireland. And especially in the area where they are targeting children in care because they are known to be vulnerable, they are known to be desperate to get away from the system and take all those risks and dares to, and children are willing to associate with the wrong people if they think that they can get away from Tusa. A little bit like my case. And so obviously I often keep an eye out for pedophilia in the area, what's going on. It's really important that it's spoken about, in my opinion. Not only does it shed light on the issue of how serious the crime rates are in Ireland, especially with pedophilia, but also by covering area to area. For example, this case is located specifically in Kilkenny. By shedding light on this, people of Kilkenny will be aware of this case. They can take the appropriate measures that they need to take to protect their children. It's so important that the public know who we're living next to. We don't know who our neighbors are. We don't know what their past convictions are. And it's a very fucking scary thought. Like I said in my last podcast about I think it was 27, Stephen Ring, who was murdered only down the road from me. 10-minute drive down the road from me where that happened. I probably would have passed him and not, thought nothing of it. Probably passed his murderer, thought nothing of it. It's like these day-to-day people we pass on our streets that we say hello to, that we make small talk with. Half these people are very, very dangerous people, and it's scary, because Ireland used to be this beautiful little community where everyone knew everyone and we were just like one big little family. And it's like now we can't even socialize with each other due to mass immigration taking over, or due to the fear of who are we actually communicating with. So anyways, Kilkenny man who sexually abused 8 boys, jailed for 19 years. So he has been convicted. He has gotten a sentence, which is good. Do I think 19 years is enough? No. I think it should be an automatic life sentence without parole. If I'm going to be extreme, I think they should get the death penalty. And I have no issue with me saying that publicly. And whatever backlash that I get, I will take it with a pinch of salt. Rapists, murderers, pedophiles, child abusers, and women abusers, they should all be fucking crucified. Because they're just simply not human. It's like if you have a sick dog, you're not going to be cruel and keep it alive and make it live day by day and suffer in pain. You're going to put it out of its pain. You're going to put the animal down. So that animal can find peace in another life. Why shouldn't we do the same for pedophiles? They're sick. It's an issue up there that cannot be fixed. Prison won't change how their brain is. It won't change how they think. It won't change what they're attracted to. It might punish them. They mightn't like prison. Who likes prison? But once they serve their sentence and they're back on the streets, they're still just as much as a risk to children as they were before conviction. The Central Criminal Court heard how John Curtin's 59 years of age abuse of the children, which continued over 12 years. Like, they allowed that to go on for 12 years. As soon as you even look at a child inappropriately, instantly you should be locked up. The fact that the state failed to respond in time, failed to acknowledge what was going on over those 12 years, there was always going to be a victim. There's always going to be crime. But 12 years, they had 12 years to prevent it from getting that far. And the state failed there. Any case with a paedophile or a murderer or a rapist, etc., obviously they're to blame. But with those kind of cases, naturally, the state are always going to have a part to play in that as well. Because it's a part of the state's responsibility, the local authorities' responsibility to keep our streets safe, to lock up these criminals, to serve out, justice and fair sentences. And what I mean by fair sentences, I mean more than just a few months or years. And this guy, he'll probably be let off halfway through a sentence, either due to good behavior or there being no beds in prison because it's full of people who are not criminals. They smoke a bit of weed, or they might public disturbance or whatever. And instead we're not filling our prisons with, they need to get their priorities right. We are not filling our prisons in Ireland with the right criminals. We are not filling them with the most dangerous criminals. We are wasting our resources on the most minor, harmless fucking things. If the neighbour across the road is smoking a bit of weed in his house before he goes to bed, is it hurting me? No. Is it hurting them? No. Weed has medical benefits. If it does hurt them, they're an adult. That's their responsibility. You could say the same about alcohol, which kills people, which causes people to become extremely intoxicated and make horrible decisions, which leads to drink driving, which kills, leads to bar fights, leads to violence and crime. Or tobacco. Oh, tobacco gives you cancer. Weed doesn't, and that's illegal. Tobacco will give you cancer. Says it here on I'll probably get taken down for showing it, actually, but I don't really care. Tobacco smoke contains over 70 substances known to cause cancer. So they say known, that's a fact. Weed has never caused one death. But no, let's lock all of them up and leave the pedophiles free. So Kilkenny man who sexually abused 8 boys, jailed for 19 years. 13 years. Various monster, devil, scumbag, and a creep. That's a compliment, to be honest. When you're speaking about people like that, I think that's an underestimation. I don't think you can actually put it into words how disgusting these demons are. They're not humans, they're demons. That's what they are. They're sent by Lucifer. They are literally sent from the pits of hell. They come through the ground and fucking cause havoc, and they go back into that fucking ground, back to where they came from, back to hell. They're fucking serving Lucifer through these despicable sins that are unforgivable sins. The core heard how psychologically impacts. So it basically just kind of goes on and on. Rape, sexual assault. And it's like they still haven't arrested or cautioned my rapist. They haven't even questioned him. They haven't visited him, even though he was living 10 minutes down from that unregulated basement. And people will say, oh, but it's different. This is a lot more serious. This was 8, not just one child, 8 children over 12 years. But here's the thing. For as long as the guy who raped me is walking on the streets, from that day up till now, God knows how many more kids he's done that to. Because he knows that he can literally... TUSLA are here. They're child protection services, right? They're meant to protect children from these kind of things. And then rapists and pedophiles know that you can go into a child's home, get them drunk, rape them, and groom them, dead smack in the middle of child protection services with carers in the building. Literally, child protection services allow kids to be raped whilst in the care of child protection services. And it's like, so you can be that cocky, you can be that brazen and brave to go into a care home and do that. Not to be all dodgy and do it in an alleyway. No, you're going to a care home. You're going straight. You're doing it in front of the staff. You don't give a fuck who catches you. That says a lot. So, you know, it's not about who raped more kids. We don't know. We don't know. We just don't know that. We don't know this, you know? So yeah, she imposed 20 years sentence. He only got 19 in the end though. So yeah, no, so I mean, if you just Google Kilkenny sexual abuse, it'll come up if you want to read more about that. I'm just cautious for time. How long has it been? It's been 35 minutes. Right. So I'm gonna move on to back to Roderick O'Gorman, but more so linked in with Enoch Burke. Huge fucking shout out. Fucking legend. One of the very, very few rare lasting Irish people in this country. He's a true Irishman. Can't put into words. He is literally, he was sent by God. Absolutely. And I got so heavily trolled and mocked by the guards over it. But I take that as a badge of honor. I honestly do. Because if the guards hate me for what I support and believe in, then I know that I'm on the right path. So, yeah. So big shout out to the Wexford Garda Station. Yeah, so that's everything there. Right. Now this video fucking it cracks me up. I love it. It's so funny. Enoch Burke's mother, I don't know her name. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, I don't think. Oh my god, she is iconic. She is, oh my god, I'd be pissing my pants laughing watching her. Like, the things, the one-liners she comes out with. She's so angry with the system. She's so passionate for what she's fighting for. Yeah, she has such a sense of humor and just that Irish wit about her at the same time. And it's so perfectly balanced. It's like, oh, I love it. They're the most purest Irish family. God bless them.
He's in prison. He's in Mountjoy prison. Yeah. Enoch Burke. What about equality? Is there equality for Enoch Burke? Yeah. He's 300 days. He's 300 days in Mountjoy prison. Is there equality for Enoch Burke?
Is there equality, Roderick O'Gorman? Is there equality for Enoch Burke?
Is there equality for Enoch Burke?
Excuse
me. For his religious belief.
Excuse me.
For his religious belief.
He's in a cell in Mountjoy prison.
He'd make a better minister for children than you.
Yes, he would. Shame upon you, Roderick O'Gorman.
No, I love the way they always say that. That's always their one-liner. In every video, it's always, shame upon you. And I saw one video of the dad chase down, oh, what's her name? You're one with short black hair from Fine Gael, I think it is. Norma Foley or something like that, yeah. It's so funny. She gets in the car, accelerator right down to the floor, bombing out there after she got chased out of her own town by her own people. And the dad turns around and he says, yeah, run as fast and far as you can. And it's just like, bless them.
For Christian belief.
Have you any respect? Have you any respect?
Respect for Christian.
You are a disgusting disgrace.
Heaven, you'll stand before. You'll stand before God. Enoch Burke in prison because he won't call a man a woman. He won't call a man.
You won't accept transgenderism, Roderick. That's your agenda. Do you have anything to say?
What a disgrace to our nation.
No, you must say
What
something.
a disgrace to our nation.
You have nothing to
Look
say.
at him sin himself.
You have nothing to say. How dare you?
What a disgrace.
Shame upon you.
Shame upon you.
174 days.
Disgrace to our nation.
Nothing to say.
Shame upon you. Shame upon you.
We're just here in Galway, National University of Ireland.
I love this.
Galway here.
It's like the perfect cut. 1 minute you hear, shame upon you. Do you have any respect? Hiya everyone. I'm up in Galway. And I'm just like, she's a legend. Like, honestly, she's the kind of mother I would seek. I wish my mother could be more like that. Actually stand up and fight against the system. You know, she shouldn't have to be doing this. She should be home with her children, you know, living her life. Yet she's here having to battle day in and day out to make Ireland a better place. But she does it with pride and joy, and she admires me so much. She's an inspiration. So very, very unlikely she'll see this video or anyone from Enoch Burke's family. But if you do, absolute huge shout out to you. God bless every and each individual one of you. You have my utmost respect and support here, and from all of the other Irish people as well. We are completely behind you, and ignore the Gardaí. Fuck the Gardaí. They're not Irish people. They're not humans. They don't have a soul. Every genuine Irish person with a soul stands behind Enoch Burke.
Tonight, we just met up there with Roderick O'Gorman and his team of men, those who protect him. He's after giving a speech here in Galway, encouraging students to vote yes in the upcoming referendum, of course, to remove the name mother out of the Constitution. And of course, Roderick would have a problem with the term mother. It's a very Christian term. We need mothers more than ever in our nation, and of course children need mothers, and that's very evident. The high rise of stress, mental illness, desperate rise in suicide in our country. More than ever, our children need mothers.
Amen.
And Roderick O'Gorman is here tonight encouraging the young people of Ireland, the students, and of course across the nation, Leo and his team, encouraging people to agree to get rid of that term, that Christian term, mother, out of the Constitution of Ireland. And of course, very Christian. God made them male and female, the father and the mother. But I asked Roderick tonight, had he anything to say about Enoch Burke, that young school teacher who is now almost 300 days languishing in Mountjoy prison. Of course, Roderick is tight-lipped. He has absolutely nothing to say, and there is swarms of people, guards around him, protecting him and pushing us and shoving us. Very strange. None of these politicians can answer a question anymore. They're shoved into a car, and they're surrounded by police and guards. And they need a lot of protection. That's not the way it should be. The politicians should be out there in the midst of the people, shaking hands, asking questions, giving advice. That is not the way we are at the moment in this country. We are in dire states. And my son Enoch Burke tonight is languishing in a cell in Mountjoy prison, taken from his classroom, which he loved, in Wilson's Hospital, Westmeath, where he taught German and history, loved his students, they loved him, but because he will not call a man a woman, because he will not use the they pronoun, he was taken from his classroom and is now in Mountjoy prison for almost 300 days. Roderick O'Gorman, Minister for Children, God Almighty help us. And Roderick O'Gorman, Minister for Equality. But really, you know, Roderick is not really interested in equality. He's interested in pushing an agenda, because there is no equality for Enoch Burke. When I ask him that, he sneers. There is no equality for a Christian.
On the nail. Hit it right on the nail there. Oh, there's just something about this woman, how she's obviously not reading from a script. I don't believe she is. The way she can stand there and just let God come through her and let the words flow out and speak the truth and put it as it is, simply in no other way. And that's a gift Irish people have. Irish people were known to be resilient and strong and stand their ground. And it's like now we've just been brought down by the system and brainwashed and controlled and coerced. And it's like, not this woman anyways.
There's a disdain, there's a hatred. So we asked Roderick tonight, we didn't get a whiff, we didn't get a peep out of him. Taken into his car, whisked away, he can't answer any questions. It's the shame and it's a disgrace that we, the parents of Ireland, have this man, we tolerate this man as a Minister for Children. It's an absolute disgrace.
Absolutely. Oh, she put that so well, like, and, you know, as a fellow Christian, just like Enoch Burke and the Enoch Burke family, I just want to play this really quick video next.
Always remember, God never said that you would or had to be perfect. Noah got drunk. Eve fell into temptation. Sarah got impatient. Elijah was suicidal. David had an affair. Jonah tried to run from God. Moses got anxious. Jacob cheated. Thomas doubted. Paul murdered. And Cain murdered Abel. Yet God used each and every one of them. Your life's like a story filled with ups and downs that make you who you are. We all have battles nobody knows about, but those struggles don't define you. When things get tough, turning to God can turn those challenges into something powerful. Don't let others judge your past. Let God guide you to a better future. Life is a journey, and every step, whether forward or backward, shapes your character and strengthens your faith. Each stumble and fall is an opportunity to rise again, stronger and more resilient. It's easy to look at others and think they have it all together, but everyone has their own hidden struggles and personal demons. What sets you apart is not the absence of problems, but your response to them. In moments of weakness, remember that God's strength is made perfect in your weaknesses.
Amen.
It's okay to feel broken, lost, or uncertain. These are the times when God's love and grace can shine the brightest in your life. Trust in His plan, even when you can't see the road ahead.
I'm Joanne.
Amen to that. Yeah, what a beautiful little video. My friend gifted me these. I absolutely love them. Little holy beads, the little holy cross. I love it. So big shout out to that person. Thank you very much. So I think I've covered about everything that I think is worth mentioning for now. In terms of the court case, nothing really happened with the court case. It was like in and out. I was told to be there for 10, and I arrived there for 10. I was meant to be half an hour to speak to a solicitor, which my solicitor never showed up. He had a co-worker cover it instead. That solicitor never spoke to me at 10:30. and I was left waiting for 5.5 hours in the waiting room. I have hypermobility, which is a disability, and it causes me very, very bad back pains. Like even just now, like my whole back is killing me tonight. And I have an issue with my spine as well. To make it even worse, I have a flatter spine than I should be. So my back isn't in the right position that it should be, causing strain on my muscles, then resulting in back spasms. And there's no quick fix for it or necessary, cure, if that's what you want to call it. But so I had 2 hours of sleep last night, left the house for 7, 2.5 hour drive all the way up, waited 5.5 hours. Finally, I'm called in. I'm in there for 10 minutes. All they say is, how long does he have till he's 18? A year and a half. Okay, that's fine. We have time to deal with this. Bring him back in the 2nd of December. So now they're bringing me in again in 4 weeks. I had to travel 2.5 hours all the way back again, and now I'm here, and I have loads of casework to do, helping others and making these podcasts, and then I have to do that all over again. And it's like it was such a waste of time. Literally nothing came out of it. So there really isn't an update, but I think the biggest update is I'm here. I'm not locked up. So yeah, that's always good news. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I'll leave the links for a few things, my TikTok and my GoFundMe and things like that. And as usual, big shout out to Angela Power Disney and to all of my followers and supporters who have been following my story and helping me in any way that you can. It's the smallest little gesture that means the world to me. So I'm really, really grateful. So God bless, stay strong, take care, and never be afraid to reach out to me or others for help. Stand strong. It's time to start fighting, people. It's time to start fighting for what we believe in, because we are the Irish. Ireland is for the Irish, and we will fight until things is right again. Amen.